Hey, apparently I'm live. All right. Welcome to another Sunday morning. It's very cold. It said 10 degrees. 10 degrees isn't that bad. I've had colder, but ideally you don't want it to be 10 degrees. So I've got my cup of coffee here. Keep me warm. And I've got the heater going on in the rest of the house as well because my clothes are still wet because it's still raining. But it's Townsville weekend. I believe that qualifying is at 10:30. 10:55 apparently, Australian Central Standard Time. So I guess as close as it gets to Adelaide time. Um, what else? Oh yeah, there was basically two incidents, one on Friday, one on Saturday, where Mostert was battling Kai Allen on Friday, and Kai's gone up the inside, and Mostert's ended up letting him through. Defending really hard against, and then when Woody is defending hard against Kai Allen, and Allen's had a bit of a lock up and banged into him, and run into Woody's right front wheel and given him steering damage. I think that's just the way the game happens sometimes. If you like, first of all, if he's on the right hand side, what are you doing? You're not actually achieving anything by being up against him. You might as well just give up, go back onto your normal line and get in a better position to race against him rather than be defending. Like, the position's already gone as soon as the guys pass the B pillar. You have to let them through. Those are the racing rules. But people, like, I think it was a fan at the fence said, "Oh, what do you think of that?" And I'm like, look, it's the same thing that happened for in the previous day. I don't think there should be a penalty for it. It's play on. So got that. What else? I wanted to show some more of my tier list because we had a bit of a breakthrough on the 1 year of streaming, and I haven't got around to posting more compilations, but I might do some of that today because I don't have any plans after that. So, but now I want to show my tier list because it's exciting to me to be able to show, oh, this is what's going on with the tier list. This is who I think is good, and then do some data analysis. I think. Get out of the way. So, am I showing that? Yes, I am. Cool. All right. So you've got, first tier, and this is all based on 100%. So it could be 75% to 100%, 50% to 74%. And Fabian is in a weird spot there. 25 to 49%, and then fourth tier, 24%. And there's a lot of 0% as well. A lot of current drivers are at 0%, and a lot of drivers from the past 100% because they never beat their teammate. Well, I don't know about never, but they didn't beat him across a year. That didn't happen. So you got some that are interesting to see. Like, you got Craig Lowndes 40.9%, Dave Reynolds 41%, Rick Kelly 47.5%. They're pretty low in the range there. 33% Ryan Wood, 25% Cameron Hill. And then you go higher up, where you got second tier. So you got like Jack LeBrock 57%. Now, do we say Jack LeBrock's better than Craig Lowndes or better than David Reynolds? This is an analysis across an entire career. So, Craig Lowndes did his career over 20 years, whereas, Jack LeBrock hasn't even done 10. He's done 8 years. So there's still plenty of time for things to swing back against him. He's just he's done well against the people he's been up against. it wasn't at Tickford that long enough to really get his ass handed to him. Um, he was always good against Hazelwood and not good against Kostecki, but it's Kostecki. And beat Cameron Hill as a rookie. And what else was there? I'm good against rookie Cooper Murray and good against rookie Zach Bates. So he's doing quite well. And obviously there's been a few more qualifying sessions and races, which will change the way those results are looking. But this is from before this weekend, I think. So those current numbers, I'd have to check and make sure I've got them perfect at the end of the year. But some interesting ones at the top here. Got Scott McLaughlin, number one at 100%. He was never beaten by a teammate, or never beaten across a year as a teammate. And and that even includes 2012, where he replaced Alex Premer at Sydney, up against Michael Caruso. For some reason, Caruso's car broke down at some stage in the race, and so McLaughlin. So that one just didn't count, because if there's a DNF, as in it was outside of the driver's control, the car just broke down, then that counts as you didn't really beat him, because he didn't have the chance to have a fair fight. Whereas if he crashed, then he's not doing a good enough job there. He was racing too hard, got in a crash with someone. There you go. Or he just crashed by himself, whatever happened. James Golding is quite high up there, but same situation as Jack LeBrock. He hasn't been around for a long enough time, but he has been up against some solid teammates. Obviously up against Garth Tander as a rookie, beat Stanaway, beat Tim Slade and Chris Pither, and now he's going to get good against Aaron Cameron at BRT. So he's doing a great job. I think Aaron Cameron is way down in fifth year. He's never beat a teammate. Up against Courtney, up against Golding. Brody, the only reason that his number isn't higher is because Will Brown beat him in 2021 in their rookie years. So that's why he's at 84%, not at 100%. And same thing with Marcus Ambrose. You'd think Marcus Ambrose, but he beat all his teammates from 2001 to 2005. Yes. And he didn't have a teammate in the few rounds he did in 2015, but he did in his wild card in 2014 at Sydney Olympic Park. He was up against Scott Pye and David Wall as his teammates, and got beaten there. And that probably put a bit of a damper on his career by coming back. If he hadn't come back, he would have been this amazing legend. It would be like if Scott McLaughlin comes back in the same amount of time. So if McLaughlin came back in 2029 for some reason, is that right? 2029. Yeah, because it's about 10 years that Ambrose was away for, roughly 10 years, end of 2014, end of 2005. So it's like 9 years, roughly. So if McLaughlin came back in 2029 for the last round, and then wasn't as good as everyone else, then that'd be pretty surprising. But he's been racing IndyCar for a good number of years now. It's when you think about it, it feels like yesterday that he left, but he's been out of it for a long time, so he might not be as good. Ambrose was still good, but he wasn't at the level that he wanted to be at to be beating everyone. He wanted to be doing a good job for Penske, and he felt like he was disappointing everyone. Garth Tander is one that's up there, and Garth Tander is like, why I rate him is because how good he was for such a long time. He was up against Jason Bargwanna in 1998. At the end of 98, he out-qualified and out-raced Bugs, but Bugs smashed him all year up until that point. And then he was beating all of his teammates. Beat what else? He beat Jamie Whincup, Cameron McConville, Rick Kelly, Mark Scaife, and then who we got? Will Davison and James Courtney the first 2 years that they were teammates, but then Courtney came along in Car of the Future era basically and was faster in qualifying, and then for quite a few years, I think it was 2014 and 15, beat him in the races as well. So he just wasn't able to match him. And then in 2016, he did beat him overall. And then obviously I was up against James Moffat and rookie Jimmy Golding in 2018, and then that was the end of his career for that. After 2018, Matt Payne is surprisingly good. You know, he was good against Reynolds in his first year. He was good, but he was obviously beaten by Reynolds, and then beat Stanaway, beat Kai Allen, and he's still beating Kai Allen. And so yeah, he's been really good for for the whole time he's been in the category, and hopefully he's able to continue that. It'll be interesting if he goes to Team 18, if he's able to continue that. Speaking of Team 18, Anton De Pasquale is at 55%. You know, he was up against Reynolds first 2 years, beat him in 2020, good against Davo DJR. But I think there was a couple of years, I think 2024, Davo beat him. 2023, Davo beat him, I think. But 21 and 22, he was good against him. So I've got all those numbers worked out there. And smashing Reynolds at Team 18. So I do have what else? Andre Heimgartner's quite good, 72%. Chaz Mostert quite good, 71%. I have been doing Mark Winterbottom, and I was actually up to doing that. I think it was Friday night I was working on it. Yeah, it was, because then I didn't make my breakfast and I was very cranky when I went to bed. So yeah, I'll be able to go through that one. Cam Waters is up there. So it's interesting to look at certain drivers, who's up there, who's not up there, because it's not like the tier list is saying, oh, you know, Jimmy Golding's one of the best drivers ever. It's just like across his career. And, you know, Scott McLaughlin, we would like to think, is one of the best to ever do it, but he was only in the category for 7 years, or was it 8 seasons? 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 8 seasons, which is not a long career in supercars. So if he, in the same way that Marcus Ambrose, if he had a longer career, he probably would have come up against a teammate that ended up being better than him. You know, I think if McLaughlin was up against a Matt Payne or something, or a Brock Feeney. But the thing with Scott McLaughlin, for some reason, is he never had a really good teammate apart from Fabian Coulthard in 2017, before DJR Tempensky screwed him over when they decided to take away his engineer and decide, oh, we're going to go in a different direction. And then he started just really struggling against Scotty, just getting smashed. And I will show that in case anyone wants to know what the actual numbers are. So I'll show that. Because, yeah, McLaughlin obviously did smash Fabian all the time, and he did smash him in 2017 for the most part. Obviously out-qualified him most of the time. That's 2018. Here's 2017. It's a little bit more heavy against him, but at the start, Fabian was pretty good. But then just getting wrecked there. Do I have the overall numbers anywhere? No. So even 2019 was pretty good. What's that? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times beat him. 2019. So 2019 was actually a bit better. Anyway, I should be showing this rather than saying it. That's annoying. I'll just do an entire screen so I'm not confusing people. So yeah, it looks like 2019 was a lot closer because with the Mustang, it was supposed to be a lot more suited to Fabian's driving style. That the car was supposed to be a lot more pointy or something like that. There was something about the way that he drove the car that was supposed to be more suitable to the Mustang instead of the way he was having the way he was dealing with the Falcon basically in 2017. But yeah, obviously McLaughlin did wreck him like most of the time. But 2019 was quite a few occasions where he was beating Scotty. That's a DNS, so that doesn't count. So I don't know why I've done that. And that doesn't count either because that was one that McLaughlin didn't participate in. I don't know why sometimes I do things with my eyes closed. Because obviously I did it right for qualifying, but then I just didn't do it right in the race. All right, whatever. But yeah, here's the one where we can count this Caruso. So you could say he got beaten in that one. So it's not 100% then, if we count that, because that's qualifying. But I wonder if maybe he missed the race. Like, did Alex Premer qualify and then McLaughlin jumped in? If that's the case, then it doesn't count. And if McLaughlin didn't qualify up against Caruso, then maybe it didn't count. Did McLaughlin qualify against Caruso? Oops. Question mark. Yeah, that's an important thing to wonder. I know in the broadcast they were like, oh, they did have I think they did. They did say in the broadcast that McLaughlin substituted for Prema, but they didn't say if he qualified. I'm pretty sure it was a 28 car grid, so I think he started last. But yeah, I don't know. So that's that. I'll stop sharing that. All right, what else? I'll go back to sharing the tier list. So yeah, if McLaughlin was beaten in qualifying by Caruso, then it's not 100%. But maybe that's just not the case. Maybe he really did beat everyone at every opportunity. Not every opportunity, but beat everyone across a year. But as I said before, it was such a short career. It's not a fair comparison. Obviously, a lot of the guys here, apart from Garth Tander, had short careers or have had short careers so far. Brody signed up to the end of the decade. Matt Payne is signed for Groves for next year and is presumably hot property to staying in the supercars because Chevy want him so bad, apparently. Whereas I just think that Chevy have got good drivers. They just need to be in good cars. Put Cooper Murray in at Premier alongside Jaden Ojeda. Or hang on, no. Or alongside Anton De Pasquale at Team 18. And then you'll see how good he is. Because Cooper Murray's doing a great job. He's just driving a car that they're really struggling to get results out of. So and it was an article that they need to get that right, otherwise they're going to lose him. I think it's stupid for a manufacturer to say, we need to pinch someone good from the other manufacturer, when Chev have got all the rookies. They just need to play a little bit of chess with the drivers they've got. You know, we love David Reynolds, but maybe it's time for him to move on and put a fast younger driver in. And maybe it's not about age, it's about competitiveness, and he's not competitive against Anton. For whatever reason, he's struggling against him. He was good against Frosty in 2024, but maybe that's a case of Frosty was past it at that stage, maybe. And actually reminds me, let's do the data analysis and work on Frosty's one, because that's what I was doing. Frosty beating teammates. And doing this actually, it reminds me of the video that I made talking about Frosty. I think we're going to have to do entire screen because I need to. Right, we're going to go to that, go to that. And this is what we've got so far. So I'm up to 2018. And so I've got a few bits of information here. Not Supercars. I think it is Supercars videos. How good it was. And this is the Frosty one, right? All right. So 2017. Oh, those are 2017 results. 2018 art is what I want. Although I don't really need it because I think the information is in the stats bit. Wherever I've got it. Yeah, so 9 out of 30 times he beat his teammates. So, yeah, 8 times he outqualified everyone a bit more than Waters, but Mostert definitely had it. So he was beaten in qualifying trim. And then, yeah, Mostert smashed everyone. So it was worse there. So it wasn't even worth checking, really. I don't know why I bothered with that, but yeah. He was a better racer in 2017, which is kind of surprising. I thought that maybe. No, hang on, let's double check that. 2017 results. There's Chaz and Frosty. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for Chaz. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for Frosty. Why did I say he was a better racer in 2017? He was a worse racer. 2016. I think in 2016 he smashed everyone. I think yeah, Chaz wasn't close enough there. It was definitely Frosty. Oh, hang on, stupid. What's that one? That's lower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, it's not close enough there. So it's definitely better there. 2019, no teammates in that one. 2020 though, that's where it starts getting interesting. And I'm pretty sure Frosty had it over Pi. Yeah, so 2022, Pi's got it over Frosty. And I realize in the top 10, it should be racing head to head. If I was going to make it really good, because it's supposed to be how good were they, instead of looking at top 10s, maybe I could have looked at racing head to head, because you're not always going to be able to get a top 10. So, yeah, Frosty beating Pi. And I think Frosty was sort of at his best in 2021, the last time he was good. You watch those 2021 races and you go, wow, Frosty's really good. And he just starts slipping a bit more. Obviously, in terms of top 10s, he was getting beaten, but Scotty was out qualifying him more and more. And a lot of the time for Scotty, and that's the problem with these top 10s, is it's not factoring in mechanical issues with the car or things like that. And I think there would have been a few of those. And then, yeah, beaten by Reynolds. And I really tried to defend Frosty in the video, but It's just not working there. Alright, then worse. So now let's have a look at 2020. And then I get I love this tool that you got. It's called Snip and Sketch. It's the best thing ever. And you can just grab a little bit. Where is it? Scotty and Frosty. Grab all of that. And then I'm going to do my highlights. So, Frosty. And then there. And then Scotty beats him there. And then Frosty. There. Starting to turn against Frosty there. Oops, not that one. That one. See, there you go. It looks like for that huge long stretch there, Scott Pye was beat. And even at the time, the number of top 10s that Scott Pye was getting at that point made him look like a megastar. But at the start of the year, it was Frosty beating him like for ages. Then they go to Darwin and boom, he's up there. Gets a podium and then it's Frosty's and then bang, switching it on. So I don't think I need to double check those numbers. I'm pretty sure that's... Alright, that one, 2020 results. Do I need to double check those results on the Chaz and that? You never know. I could be wrong. I'm gonna double check those ones. Because you never know. You never know. So it's so annoying. I keep on accidentally closing out of Snip and Sketch. I think it was called the snipping tool before. So in 2018, I think it's probably going to be all. And this is what I hate about 4-car team Tickford. You got to go through every single damn driver. What can I do? What if I have it all black here? Can we do something like that? Can I make it bigger or something? Touch writing? No, not really. I just want to... Oh yeah, size. Oh, I can do that. Something like that. Just so I can see the damn thing. So we're going to go there, get rid of the Garthinder one. Maybe it would have been better if I did like an eraser or something instead. No, because it only erases what's there. That's a pencil. That's a highlighter. That's a pen. Oh, let's change that then. Let's just do a pen then. Maybe that's better. Oh, that's so much better. Alright. There. And orders. It's just there. And then stand away right down the bottom. Because you never know if like it might look bad on the championship numbers and stuff like that. But it's not helpful if you don't know for sure. You need to know for sure. Alright, so Frosty is in the first race, then Chaz. Because you think, oh, it's Chaz most of the time. Well, sometimes it might not be. 16. Like, even 2017, Frosty was better than No, was I wrong about that? Seven, 4, and then DNF for Chaz. And that's the thing with the 4-car team is that unlike in the 2-car teams where I go, well, it doesn't count if the other guy DNFs, you've got 3 other cars to be competing against. So it really does matter if you have a DNF or not in that case. Podium for Frosty is definitely looking like Chaz territory though. 11th for Chaz. And the whole year it looked like Chaz was doing better than everyone. Bloody hell, that's not a good result there. 12th for Waters. 12th. Chaz, 13th, 6th. Yeah. I know at some stage you can see. Oh, hang on, no, yeah. Let's find. Yes, Stanaway got that one. At Winton, he got. I was like, when didn't Stanaway get one at the top 10 when he got his one top 10 at Winton? So there we are. And there might be times where everybody had a bad day except for Stanaway, so can't write him off completely. 3rd, 5th, 5th for Frosty. 12th at Chaz, 10th, 4th, 1st, and then we got 3rd, 6th, 6th at Newcastle for Frosty, and 7th for Chaz. It definitely looks like it's Chaz territory. Yeah. So not worth right now about that one. And that's 2018 done. But also in the overall numbers as well, but this isn't about overall numbers, this is about who's best in qualifying, who's best in racing. Sometimes when the numbers add up, they got it all done in qualifying, and even if the other guy beat him in the race, they still have to make up for the fact that they got beaten. So it needs to be 1 for 1, not 1 to 0. Okay, and then obviously didn't have teammates in 2019. So let's go back to 2021. And worst race at 2020. So 2021. Alright. Is it going to show me? Because some of these years, it doesn't want like there's that many races that you have to scroll across the screen if it's Wikipedia being weird or whatever it is. Alright. 10th for Frosty, 15th for Pie. It's not too bad when they're the top and bottom one, but when there's like other drivers in between, it's so much harder. So Frosty getting in. Something might have happened in that one, but might have got involved in an incident. It does happen. 5th, 7th, 10th, 16th, 7th, 6th, 8th, 9th, 15th, 10th, 9th, 5th, 18th. Yeah, it's just going to cross it the whole lot out. Got to be more careful, I do. 6th, 12th, 6th, 6th, and then a DNF at Bathurst. Isn't that close? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16, 17. No. Alright. 2021 results. Okay. And I need that over here just in case someone drops in and wants to talk about stuff. So better racer. Hang on. There we go. Oh, did I? I'm gonna press Control B by accident. All right, 2022. Right. And how good was Anton's charge from like through the field to end up like battling with the front runners, being faster? That was so good. So good to see. So yeah, there's Frosty and Scott Pie. I'll put this here. All right. 12, 7, 6, 4. It's a bit closer there, but not really. Look at that. That's a bad run there for Pie. 9th, 5th. Jesus Christ, that's a terrible run of luck for him. No wonder he ended up so far down in the championship. 12th, 9th, 13th, 7th, 5th, 5th, 10th, 5th, 7th. He's doing all right now. But my goodness, it was such a bad start to the year. All right. 2022 results. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep, so Frosty had that one too. I thought it was close, but no, not close enough. I do remember everybody rating Pie higher than Frosty, and I thought that maybe that wasn't fair. I don't remember if I think my expectations on Pie were not necessarily as high, but sometimes I say things and it's just a feeling rather than actually knowing what I'm talking about. And I'd much rather know what I'm talking about. All right, Frosty. 13th, 18th, 17th, 10th, 5th, 13th, 8th, 1st, 9th, 7th, 6th, 7th, 9th, 9th, 17th, 15th, 11th, 11th, 6th, 10th, 13th. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 for Frosty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, so close. So close for Scotty Pie. All right. They're just worse in 2023. And this is where it gets interesting. 2024 up against Reynolds. I'm pretty sure Reynolds beat him, but you never know. That's... And he says this is the year where everyone was complaining about, the season's too short. Well, who's laughing now? We got 3 races every round. So suck it. 11th, 2nd, 4th, 9th, 11th, 17th, 16th, 10th, 2nd, 12th. And I think I remember, the arguments, but I got podiums. Yeah, but you didn't. You didn't beat your teammate, and your teammate's smashing you. But also sometimes we have this other guy we want to get, rather than because you're not good enough. That's close. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 for Reynolds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12 for Frosty. So it comes down to qualifying of 2024, but obviously Reynolds beat Frosty in qualifying. The end. So equal racer. The first time that Frosty was ever equal. So now I have, we've got the numbers here. I like to put the line on the left because I'm weird like that. So I'm going to do my colouring because colouring's fun. There, one bad one, and then we got worse at qualifying up against Pie, and then Frosty was better. Reynolds was better at it. And in 2024, alright, so worse overall. You don't really have to double check that information. He's up against Bargwana. But let's double check the numbers for the early days. Did I need to check for 2005? I think he got wrecked. But we can double check just now anyway, just in case. Yep. There's a lot of DNFs, but definitely a lot of ass kicking. Worse overall. 2006 though was very close. So, but Bridie obviously out-qualified Frosty most of the time. But in 2006, like they equal in the races. So I think Bridie out-qualified him, but they were equal in the races. So overall beaten. So don't need to be double checking that one. Worse overall, 2007. Better. Okay, we'll have to double check that because sometimes it does this. It wants to tell me that something was better. This one was close. So overall Davo 2012. Overall Frosty. I think 2013. So that's right. That's better. 2014. Pretty sure he was better. 2015, no. I think he was better in that one too. Because I think for Chaz's numbers, I've got that he was beaten. So 2015. Alright, well, I've got that Chaz was beaten, so we'll do better for that one. 2016. Alright, I don't like it when it wants to do this. Alright, so 2016. Where is it? 2016. Obviously, Frosty had it. 2017 though. But also, there's race results and then there's overall results. So we're going to double check those other numbers as well. So that's why you're better off writing down your numbers because otherwise you just get lost in them. You know, like maybe it was actually really equal between Chaz and Frosty and all that. Where's 2015? Do I not have it in my recent ones? Alright, so I'm going to go to my thing here. Driver ups and downs. Pro drive. we go. So 25 versus 30. There, so yeah, well and truly. Alright. Good to check. 30 overall Frosty. 25 overall Chaz. Alright. Let's look at 2016. So we've got those numbers there for 2016. Now I need to go back to qualifying ones because this one's actually pretty good for telling me the qualifying results. So 15 to 12. So 15 qualifying Frost and Chaz. 12 Frosty. There's that. Oops. Yep. And then I don't like that I've got that button there for me to accidentally press. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 race Frosty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Chaz. So that makes it overall 15 and 12 for Frosty. So that's 27 Frosty overall. And Chaz is what, 24 overall Chaz. So definitely Frosty had that one. Yep, 2017 though. So 16 to 6, that's not very good there. Quali, Chaz, and 6 Frosty. That's not good. And you got some of the races. Some of the races Cam was better, but we're just comparing him to Chaz because we know that Chaz was the best. So there's that. Then you got the races. Oh, does it? Oh, it's like got a whole button there. Why does it show a little button? Oh, that's stupid. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. 10 race Chaz. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 for Frosty. That's not good. That's what? That's 13 for Frosty. And yeah, 26 Chaz. 13 Frosty. That's got absolutely wrecked there. So worse overall. 2018 was probably more of the same, which I don't like that I've done this. Maybe it would have been better if I had whited it out because then you would see less. Black sort of in your face. I can edit stuff, I think. Can I do that? And just paint bucket the white? It's probably trying to work out whether it wants to do anything. Mark up, erase, filter, no, and this is generic. It says filters, it's not helpful, I don't want filters. Alright, we don't need 2015 anymore. So I just want to double check 2018. So yeah, 15 quality, 15 to 8 Chaz. Quality Chaz, 8 Frosty. Alright, and we'll double check do I have the 2018 one? I do, but I must have closed out of it by accident. This is a bit of an eyesore though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, you wrecked him. Chaz way better in race. Okay, so no need to write home about that one. And 2020. Worst overall? That's a good question. So, who was better? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, let's look at quali first. Was 21-6 in quali. That's huge. Quali Frosty. And 6 pi. But then in race room, Frosty has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 race Frosty. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 pi. So overall, 21 is 32 for Frosty. And 21 pi. So I smashed him in that regard. So yeah, better. Alright. 20. Yeah, so 21 is the next one. So 18-12 in quali. 18 Frosty, 12 Pie. Because Scotty Pie said that when he was up against Frosty, he was much more. He really realized he had to pull his finger out in terms of qualify. And learned how to qualify basically. But it's interesting that he says that when he was also teammates with James Courtney, who is noted as being a great qualifier or a fast driver. And so that makes you think, okay, obviously JC was fast against Russell Engel, and he was fast up against Shane Van Gisbergen in his second year. And then he was faster against Steven Johnson. But then once he was up against Garth Panda, he wasn't. So sometimes you just have to be up against a better teammate. Like he might look fast compared to the other guy, but you really need to have two drivers who are really good up against one another. And so when JC was up against Garth, it was like, JC had that wake up call, like, you need to be closer to Garth. And so Car of the Future came along and he was a lot more comfortable with the car there. And then bang, they were on. I don't know if that had much to do with the Car of the Future or if JC suddenly got good. So let's go back to 2021 here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 Frosty. What did you say, Bootleg? Career timing for JC, I think. What do you mean? Do you mean like he caught a lot of teammates at the right time? Yeah, I think so. Like catching Engel at pretty much. I mean, Engel wasn't really that good most of the time. But definitely catching SVG at the right time, catching Steven Johnson maybe at the right time if there was ever if there was ever a time that Stevie J was competitive against teammates. And then, but Garth Tander was obviously the one that it was it was the it was the big, oh, this is the wake up call. You actually have to be a good racing driver. Consistency is just horrible. Yeah, I think we can agree on that one. Just and maybe that's not even like a team thing. Maybe because Scott Pye kind of beat him quite a few times. I got the numbers on JC actually. He's 50%, which is just like when you think about it, you're like, okay, that's a lot of times that he got his ass handed to him. And he's supposed to be this great driver, but he wasn't able to do that. So really, he doesn't belong as a top driver because in terms of career consistency up against other teammates, Jack LeBrock's better than him, but obviously you got an almost 20-year career for JC versus a 8-year career for LeBrock. But if you compare to maybe Mark Scaife, but Scaife's a GOAT, so maybe that's, but Scapey's only in career consistency or career competitiveness, he was better. JC probably could have been better, but wasn't. And the proof's in the pudding. That's where he sits. He's 50%, unless he does a race like Frosty did at Darwin. Then, which, I mean, the one that Frosty did and the one that Hazelwood, actually, the one that Hazelwood did only benefits him. The one that Frosty did makes him look worse, but they also had the issue with the car straight away, so there was no chance at seeing any great performance out of Frosty. That was just a mechanical issue. But, yeah. Where was I? 2021 races. For Pi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 for Pi. So overall, Frosty is better. I'm not even going to bother counting because I can see they're both bigger numbers. I need to not have things over the top of the chat. So then we can put there. Better overall 21, 2022. All right, 18 to 16, which I do have the numbers up there, but so yeah, 16 Frosty, 18 Pi, and then all right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Hang on, I'm gonna start over. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 for Frosty. And Pi. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Looks like it's Frosty by just a little bit. That's what, 31 Frosty and 29 Pi. So it's close, but not close enough. Better, and then I think in 23 we saw that he was better, but we'll double check those numbers. So 16 to 12. 12 Frosty, 16 Pi. Me with my Shrek fingers. And then the races. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 13 for Frosty. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 for Pi. I think that means Pi gets it. So that's 25 Frosty and 28 Pie. In his last year up against Frosty, where he got sacked for being bad, he was better. Well done, Charlie. Well done. You do wonder if maybe it should have been Scott Pye and Anton instead of Reynolds and Anton, because Reynolds is looking worse. His numbers are going to continue to tank as the year goes on unless he suddenly gets good. It's a shame, really. We don't want to see Reynolds not do well, but Reynolds wasn't beating Frosty when he was at Pro Drive at the time. He was good at Erebus. He was good at Erebus until Anton got good. He was good at Groves. I think Heimgartner beat him in 21 by like 1 point. So 15-9. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 for Reynolds. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 for Frosty, which means so then that adds up to 27 Reynolds. And then Reynolds beat him. Yep. And I cannot be bothered counting. 12 and 9 is 21, right? Yep. 21 Frosty. Definitely crossed over in 22 again in Pie's favour, and then even more in Pie's favour in 23, and then definitely starting to fade there by that point. Worse overall. So this is where it gets interesting. So in 21 years, okay, we don't count one of those years, so it's 20 years. How many times was he better? 12 out of 20. Okay, that's actually pretty good. Calculator. 60%. So that's what we want to see, and please don't do that, Excel. That's a good number. So puts Frosty. I'm going to put him, do I put him above Feeney or below Feeney? I want to put him below Feeney. And he's just slightly above Scaife. But he has done that race. But that doesn't count because he had the mechanical issues. So, it doesn't count. This year's race does not count against his stats. The one that he subbed for Randall. So I do like having those clarifications about things when you go, oh yeah, but he was beaten in that one race by his teammates. Like, yeah, but he had an issue, and it was a car issue. It wasn't because he did anything wrong. So, because that's the case, it's unfair to say, oh, this driver sucks, and then I say, well, he had an issue the entire time. The gearbox was broken or something. It's like, well, there you go. That's why he was having such a bad time. I think yesterday, didn't Golding have an issue of some sort with his car? Don't know if that was during the race as well, but obviously Golding got hit by his teammate and it's ruined his whole day, basically. That was frustrating to see because I just want to see everybody get a fair go, and that was a sucky one. Especially in a head-to-head context, like, "Oh, Aaron Cameron was better than Golding," but the context is, "Yeah, but he hit Golding." So, you've you've hit the back of him, put the rear guard into the tyre and wrecked the tyre, so he's forced to pit at the end of the lap. So that's a write-off. That one doesn't your result doesn't count because Golding didn't make it to the end without having an issue that was out of his hands. So I can't count I can't count things like that if it's unfair. It's not like Golding was banging wheels with someone and then ended up in an incident, ended up in an issue, which is like, what, um, what happened with the incident with Woody and Kai Allen. Fan at the Fence did a poll. He was like, "What do you think of the Woody and Kai Allen incident?" And I said, "It was basically a carbon copy of what happened with Chaz and Kai Allen, except Woody lost out." So Woody can't go crying because he was defending really hard into that same section too. You can't like if he just gave it up, he wouldn't have had a problem. But maybe let's say Allen would have overshot it, then you'd probably put it against Allen. But it looked like Woody was sort of trying too hard to defend a spot that was already gone. Like as soon as the guys pass the B pillar, just give it up, let him through, have another crack. It's stupid to be racing side by side through a corner unless he's trying. I mean, maybe obviously he could have maybe held the outside line. It would have turned to the inside line for the straight on the next lap, and then he could have had a shot. But then he would still be on the outside for the last turn, unless he out dragged him. So that's Frosty. That's good. I like getting those ones done. Pie. Now I do actually want to start doing some of these for every driver because I've got some of these drivers like Fabian Coulthard. I've got a few already done because he was Scott McLaughlin's teammate and he was at Walkinshaw for a couple of years. I don't have much. Brad Jones, I've got 2015, but that's about it. So, but in 2009 as well, he smashed Michael Patrese, but Patrese was in an older car, so it's not necessarily a fair comparison. There's so many asterisks with these comparisons, but sometimes you go, well, they had the same car theoretically. You know, they didn't have an older model, and there wasn't some engineering preferences going on in the background, politics, like there was with Fabian. The thing is, with the Fabian situation at DJR Team Penske is why would you stay? Why would you extend your contract if that was the case? If you felt like you were being hard done by, you know, he should have gone to Brad Jones, or well, maybe there wasn't an opportunity because Slady probably had another year on his contract. Could have gone. There would have probably been an opportunity somewhere for him. But you know, sometimes you got to get those contract years right because people think it was. I think it's a Formula. Was it Formula One where it really matters what year your contract's off? But sometimes they will just rip up the contract and go, "He wants to go. We're not going to fight him on it because it's just not going to work out." And off he goes. Like what's probably what might happen with Matt Payne. Matt Payne supposedly wants to leave Groves because he seeks opportunities. People think that overseas opportunities are better, and that's why Matt Payne wants to go. But like, why now? You're still a great racing driver, doing a great job in supercars. You can be. He's still in his 20s as well. He's like 22, 23. You can still like go and do GT racing or whatever he wants to do, IMSA, and be doing that in your 30s. Plenty of drivers do that in their 30s. So it's just sort of. All right, so get rid of that and get rid of that. In the 2024 wildcards for Cooper Murray, do I count that against Triple Eight as bad? I can't remember what I did. I'll check my experienced drivers thing because I do have it already done, and so I have my working out written down. Experienced drivers. So Murray. No, I have not counted 2024. So there we go. So he might not be 25, might not be 50%. He might be 33% because he was beaten by Gastecki at Erebus. He was beaten by the Triple Eight drivers in the wildcard entry. So there's that. I mean, I've done the same for Ojeda. Ojeda was at 100% until I included the Golding entry. But I guess for Murray, I don't like counting enduro entries. So I only like to count solo wildcards. So you got Zach Bates there. He did one last year. Did he I don't think he did out-qualify everyone. I think it was Will Brown and Brock Feeney right at the front. So we will move that over. 2025. Pretty sure he's been in that one too. I mean, it doesn't really make a whole lot of a difference for Bates' numbers, but it definitely makes a difference for Cooper Murray's numbers. Because that's a whole nother year out of 3 years. So cool, 33% good. So Cooper Murray is now lower. Golding also had a wildcard entry in 2017. That could have an effect there. Don't think he beat his teammates in that one. We can double check that information because I do have Garth Tander here, and apparently I check his numbers so often. Probably because I just did the James Courtney one, so I had to spend a lot of time double checking everything there. So 2017, yeah, not better there, not better there, not better there or there. So he's definitely beaten in that regard. So 2 bad, 6 good. What does that mean? 2 out of 8 is. Am I looking at the wrong thing? Oh, I'm looking at the bad numbers. Whoops. No, it's it should be 6 out of 8. So 75%. So he's still good, but he's no longer the best current driver on the grid. You gotta have these things worked out, otherwise it makes everybody else look like they're not trying hard enough. So we put him above Payne because I think it's fair. Brody Kostecki, Heimgartner did a Bathurst wildcard, doesn't count. 2017 Enduro. 2016. I haven't done that for Chaz. I should probably make sure I've got that one counted. Is that right? No, he was beaten. We worked that out. He was beaten. So then that changes Chaz's. Although it doesn't really. It just makes it one more bad one. So it's 10 out of 14. 71. That's where it was at. But instead of being a not sure, it is now a bad. Whoopsies. Good to get this clarification. Waters. Well, here we go. Waters subbed for Chaz in 2015. And I believe no, hang on. He was up against Frosty. I'm pretty sure he was beaten. We gotta find Cam. Okay. That's see here, 9th. Yeah, he was definitely beaten. Oh, that's what I've done the yellows there. Okay, yep, cool. Yeah, so he was definitely beaten. 2015. All right, so then I've added another bad to Waters. So that's 7 out of 12. 58%, not 64%. He's still in the same bracket. So that's fine. Feeney didn't do a wild card, a solo wild card. LeBrock did do a solo wild card in 2017, but he was the only driver in that one too. He was the only MW driver. They did Shay Davies, but they did him in a separate round, so doesn't count. Cooper Murray, we already fixed that one. Ojeda, we count those 2022 wild cards. Yes. So that makes him 33% good. Well, I'll tell you what, I gotta double check that. I do have the 2022 stats. So driver ups and downs. It's annoying sometimes. I've got two different ways that I do my ups and downs, and the way I've got it here is I've got teams, but then the way I'm doing it now is I do it per driver because I like to add so many more numbers. But I can do that in both, so I don't know why I'd make it so hard for myself. Walkinshaw. And have I just... No, I haven't checked those numbers. So he didn't beat Chaz, he needed to beat him, he got disqualified there, but Percat beat him. DNF. Alright, so yeah, he was definitely worse in that one. Alright, Reynolds. Yep. Wood. Didn't do a wild card. Cameron Hill, no. Brown, Kai Allen. Kai Allen did do Adelaide 2024. And it changes nothing because he's still at 0%. Zach Bates, I did add that one there. Aaron Cameron came in the middle of 25. Declan Fraser. Rylan Gray. Job Stewart, Jackson Walls. Jackson Walls is so... It's sort of frustrating to watch him at times because you're just sort of waiting for him to crash someone out or something. It's... You're like, please don't crash out this driver. Like, just get out of the way. Randall did a wild card, which also changes nothing. Oh, he did a couple of wild cards. Whoopsies, what are we doing there? 2021 and also 2019. So 2019. And that's going to change nothing for him. And then Macaulay Jones as well. The longest career of doing badly. 2018. But you know, Randall's going for the title too. Going for the title of being one of the worst drivers. Yeah. All right. It's all done. Cameron Hill, Woody Reynolds, Ojeda. All right, now we can update that information. So Golding is now 75%. Yep. Who else did we have? No changes for a lot of those. Waters, his number is down to like 58%, right? Yep. Oops. Frosty, no, it's all good. LeBrock, it's fine. Anton Murph. And Cooper Murray is now 33%. Same deal with Ojeda. Alright, we got that. Who else? I updated a couple of other ones. Cameron Hill, Ryan Wood. Will Brown's down there. And the other ones, they're just staying at 0%, so that's fine. I think that's right. I think that's everything I got. Feeney. Yep. So it's, yeah, Murray and Ojeda were the ones that I had to change, which I've already done. And then the other ones are 0%, so it doesn't matter. It just means it's going to be a lot harder. Like, let's say if Kai Allen beats Matt Payne overall this year, that'll put him to, what, 33% good. So he won't be amazing, but he'll move up into a new bracket. He'll move up into third tier. Whereas Will Brown, let's say if Will Brown beats, so turns it around and beats Feeney, then it'll be what, 2 out of 6. And that'll put him to 33%. So it's just sort of, it'll get him up there, but it won't be amazing. Reynolds, what if Reynolds suddenly turns it around? That would be miraculous. I'm pretty sure he's well down. I don't think he can really turn it around at this point. Let's look at today. Where is our information? With my much nicer, well, yeah, it's got buttons and stuff. It's pretty great. Title chase. Anton De Pasquale and Reynolds. Oof. He kind of has to just dominate Anton for the rest of the year, and that's the only way he'll beat him. Because it's just that bad. 10:55 is qualifying, I'm pretty sure, so I need to have my eyes open for that one. So let's update some of those things. I did want to do a bit more of this, but let's tune our brains to today. Oh wait, we're about to do qualifying now? Damn. All right. I press that. Be watch along. Live timing. It's about to, so 46 seconds off. No, this is 30 minutes off. What was it doing? What did I say before? Something qualifying. Oh, running out of seconds on 30 minutes. Yeah. Well, I'm probably going to wrap it up soon anyway. Um, so we'll get those results for Townsville. So Waters got the win. That was good to see. And then Payne got the win over Di Pasquale. I thought maybe Anton was going to take it to Payne, but Payne was cruising. Oh, it hasn't adjusted the positions. That's so annoying. 888 fall off. I don't know. I mean, like 10th isn't bad. Where was Brown was 7th? They are struggling, but they're close. They're getting decent points. They've probably got the consistency over some of the other guys, but Randall's doing all right this weekend. Mostert, not so much. All right, we'll see how that's looking in a second. All right. Okay. All right. Let's look at Reynolds since. No, we'll do it properly. Where we at? Waters. Check because of damn call. This is 888. Top 10 is a stinker. Okay, yeah. Radio. Top 10. Top 10's a stinker. If they're not on the podium, it's not a good time. But it happens. They've still got the consistency. Obviously, they did lose the championship lead to Matt Payne, but these days we got the final system. You don't need the championship lead anymore. It's kind of pointless. It's nice to celebrate, but it's meaningless at this point. It really doesn't mean anything. You just need to be in the top 10. That's all you need. And so, they can keep on having rounds through to Bathurst and get into the Gold Coast. But it's not like they're not trying to. No, they are trying to get the results, but it's just not. Yeah, it's not working out. They're trying and failing. Yeah, and that happens to most other teams most of the time, right? Apart from maybe Groves. Groves can turn it around quite well. So Friday qualifying. Yep. All right, so second up to first for Cam. And obviously out qualified Randall. And then this one, oh good, they actually have the differences. Fifth up to fourth. Kai Allen. Kai is not having quite as good a time. Oh, but he had an issue, didn't he? Where was he? This is race results. So Kai ended up fourth from 6. Payne. Oh, good. I've got all of them written there. Third. Stayed third. Matt Payne is on a charge. Be good to see if he wins the championship. Second up to first for Payne. And I think Brody got pole in both races, but still just did not get it right. Anton did not have a good time in the first race. So qualified 14th. Finished 14th. It's probably one of his worst races all year. That's that is it. That's the worst race all year, which is, if you're going to do it on a Friday race when there's not as many points. It's 20 points, but it's 60 points for the win, so it really doesn't mean a whole lot. And then you got 11th to 2nd. Did Davey out qualify him? No. No, he did not. All right, and Brown. And Brown's been having a good time. 19th up to 7th. And what was the other one? Better than Feeney, that's for sure. So 12th up to 6th. Brock. Brock's 16th to 10th. There. Yep. And 18th up to 8th. And he did not out-qualify Brownie on that one. I feel like Brown's a lot closer this year to Feeney. Or Feeney's just struggling that little bit more. Maybe he went a bit too hard in his setup philosophy or something like that. Townsville for Brody. Now, did they get he got a podium, didn't he? Was he first? Down to second. And the next one was that third stayed third, or no, first down to third. Did anything happen to Brody? Oh, he had a bad pit stop. What one was that one? That was yesterday's race. I think Feeney fell back and Brown is doing the same job he's been doing. Yeah, so Brown's been doing pretty much the same, but Feeney's just having a worse time of it. So it's not like Brown's stepped up. It's just Feeney stepped back. Yeah. This is how Brown keeps his drive. I mean, Brown signed to the end of the decade. I don't know who thought that was a good idea, but I don't know. I think if Brown was in a different team, if Brown was up against Waters, might be different. Feeney stopped making him look incompetent. Yeah, pretty much. It's hard to defend Will Brown because if you're getting beaten by your teammate, but the thing is your teammate's Brock Feeney, and then I don't know. It's difficult to like. I feel like Will Brown would be better at other teams. Like if he was at BRT up against James Golding, he'd be a pretty good fight, I think. If he was at what other teams? If he was up against Randall, he'd be beating Randall, I think. What else? If he was up against, like what Triple Eight driver has had a drought like Brown, Craig Lowndes. Or are you talking lack of race wins? Probably Craig Lowndes still. Like Will Brown is such a Craig Lowndes. He's having the same career, basically, minus the championships that Lowndes won. So basically, he's having the same career as Lowndes, as what Lowndes had from 2006 onwards. His last win was QR last year. He's at the start of his career, though. Yeah, I know. Lowndes was finished. Yeah, exactly. Like Lowndes had been doing it for 10 years. He'd had his best times. Whereas Brown is still early days and he's getting beaten. So, yeah. It's different. But, yeah. It's not a good look for sure. His teammates for SVG and Win Cup Yeah, well, but to be fair, like, while Feeney is having a struggle, Whincup would have a struggle occasionally, and SVG would have a struggle occasionally. It's not, I don't think Feeney's been having that bad a year. It's just the last couple of rounds, like Darwin and Townsville, they've been struggling. But, the round before, he was right up the front battling. Maybe Christchurch not so good. They're not too good, but still qualifying in the top 10, grabbing podiums at the end of the weekend. So it's not anytime Whincup struggled, his career was done. Yeah, 2015, great example of Whincup looking terrible. The last 3 years he slowed down. Yeah, but he was still beating SVG as well until 2021. He still won multiple races in those years. Yeah, when Whincup was still good. He beat SVG in 2019, I think it was. I think he beat him in 2020 as well. But in 2021, nah, he was shot. SVG had mechanical. Yeah, I'm not counting the mechanical failures, so can't even blame him. Yeah. Um. All right. That's Will Brown and Feeney done. 2020 Wing Cup was better. Yeah. Well, I've got the numbers on the Wing Cup stuff. He just choked at Bathurst. Yeah, yeah. He just made a mistake, put himself on the fence, dropped him down in the championship order. And I think it's silly when people just look at championship order because there's so much more to what happened. I think the best way to compare the drivers is head to head qualifying, head to head racing. And if there was something outside of their control that affected the performance, then you can't count it. That was when I knew it was over. Yeah, he just maybe he was thinking about other things rather than doing his best job. Because that was such a weird crash. That one. That was the sort of crash that inexperienced drivers make. Yeah, like Anton made that sort of mistake. Aaron Love made that sort of mistake. Matt Payne made that sort of mistake. Not a guy who's been around for 15 years and done 20 Bathursts. Like that's just not the sort of mistake he should have made. And he probably would have been kicking himself over it too. Can't remember what he said in the book. But yeah, that was a really bad one. Just got caught in the wrong spot, and instead of getting behind him, he hung out in the dirt and straight in the fence. So, yeah, it was a bad move. Left too much space on the. Oh, he was around him. Oh, okay, yeah, and just didn't pull back in. Stayed wider than he needed to. Yeah, well, there you go. Maybe he was trying to be safer and not get hit, but I think the drivers who, when they're driving at their peak, they will take that risk. Whereas Whincup didn't want to take the risk anymore, maybe, and as soon as they don't want to take the risk anymore, it was an interesting quote from Paul Dumbrell of all people. Whincup was fast in that race, and they would have had a shot at winning Bathurst as well. Not sure if it against SVG and Garth though, because they probably would have been really, really good as well. And Waters as well. He was on pole battling. Well, I think was that because they ended up like battling towards the end of 2020 Bathurst, I think, but it wasn't like 2011 though. Lowndes was still at Garth's level. Yeah, in 2020. Yeah, yeah. Lowndes was definitely he was still at that point. In the same level he was at in 2019 with Whincup. Like they were leading at the halfway point. Like Lowndes with Whincup was a great chance to get a result. Yeah. But how long have I got until qualifying? I think I was still faster than SVG at that point around Bathurst. Oh, okay, yeah. Well, there you go. Then it was GG's after that. Yeah, so maybe they handed it to him. Still, sometimes they tune the car to get better as the day goes on. Like what Lowndes had in 2018. He had the car was pretty difficult to drive, and they just kept on tuning it and tuning it and tuning it until it was really fast at the end of the race. That'd be a good one to watch again, 2018 Bathurst. Half of SVG struggled was Scotty Mack being in his head. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, especially in 2020, McLaughlin was just at like a whole nother level. But McLaughlin wasn't that fast in 2020 Bathurst, I don't think. Like Fabian, I think was faster. Trying as hard as you can, still getting dog walked. Yeah. Because SVG was sort of on the comeback at the back end of the year as well, because he was several points down because of the mechanic failures. His mental health was fried that year. Yeah, maybe. It's an interesting thought. Because they were cheating the year before. Yeah. Yeah, well, that bit too, right? SVG was one to be a bit in the political side of things. Everyone was giving it to him. Hmm. If you watch Scotty Mack in 2020, it was bad. Yeah, I know. He won a race every single round apart from Bathurst. It was like no one can beat him. Oh, is that? Oh, you mean everyone was giving it to Scotty Mack and DJR? Is that what you're talking about? Wasn't ready to talk to much people because of the Mustang parody stuff in 2019. Is that what you're talking about? So it made Scotty look like he was like us versus them mentality. Okay, so yeah, yeah. I didn't notice that. I didn't notice that that Scotty wasn't talking to people. I don't know. He's just very angry all year. Yeah, maybe. Very up yours attitude when he won. Oh, that's a shame. Because I guess like I can't think of very many interviews. He was already out the door to Indy at Bathurst. Yeah, or even at the Bend. Um, like I remember going to the Bend thinking, oh, maybe it's a chance that Scotty will be going to IndyCar. The last 2 years, he said he was sick of supercars. Yeah, I mean, maybe he was sick of the drama and the politics and stuff, and being the only driver in the team that's actually getting the results made it look like there was something wrong with what he was doing. His Bathurst is tainted. Yeah. Yeah, it's just not a good look. But I think we know the facts that Scotty was just really, really good. And the problem was the team didn't give him a good enough teammate to be beating. Just favoritism. Yeah, well, that's sort of my argument about Fabian is that he wasn't being given a fair shot. Fabian's was ahead, they'd shaft Fabs. So it was bad. Yeah, well, there was. I don't know. You'd have to give me an example of a time where Fabian was shafted when he was ahead. There was one at Gold Coast where they called him the sacrificial lamb because they just double stacked him and didn't need to. I understand why they did it. Gold Coast. What was the Gold Coast one? That was a safety car one, wasn't it? No, I don't think it makes sense for any team to prioritize one driver over another driver. Um, just because we've dealt with Triple Eight for years. Yeah, we've seen it for ages. Well, Triple Eight, they don't prioritize one driver over another. They give them equal treatment, and whoever the best is, they're the best. So they give their drivers the equal opportunity. Yeah, if you're not ahead, it is what it is. That's exactly right. So it's just, like Will Brown and Brock Feeney this year. Will Brown's just not taking it to Feeney. He is a little bit because Feeney's struggling more, but that's about it. Same deal as what happened with Lowndes and Whincup in 2015. Whincup was still out qualifying Lowndes, but he wasn't beating him in the races. For DJR, it makes sense because Scott was in the battle. Yeah. In 2017, though, they had two cars, but then they decided not to have two cars anymore, and I thought that was a stupid mistake. Fabs isn't. Fabs in the bottles in the battle, so Scott needs maximum points. Yeah, but most of the time Scotty was out qualifying Fabian anyway. So it should have been equal treatment across the board. And then if something happened to Scotty, then they'd have someone to get the wins because Fabian can't get it done. But Fabian did get, he got a win, a couple of wins 2019, one win 2020, one win 2018. Fabian's beating the others because of issues with others, not because he was better. Yeah. Yeah, but the problem is they'd made the engineering decision prior to the 2018 season. So 3 out of 4 years of that, he was being he was driver number 2, not equal drivers. Not because he was better. All right, Eastern Creek 2017. Okay, yeah, that'll be a good example. He's in the battle, but that's because the other 3 are battling. Yeah, and that can happen. That's true. Yeah. When's qualifying? We're 7 minutes out from it. All right, so I might do a. How do I do it? Oops. Where was I? Townsville for LeBrock. Wonder if LeBrock will do well today. So he just doesn't deal with pressure well because he's out of the track, out the back battling. Not front for qualifying. Yeah, and if you're not qualifying well, then that's half the trouble. If you don't qualify up the front, you have to do more work. You should be doing all the work beforehand to have a fast car and a fast race car, qualify at the front, battle with the front guys, and not being dragged into fights in the mid pack, which is what happens. It's weird if Scott's further back than fifth. Yeah. Where were we? LeBrock, 8th. 8th down to 11th. He had an issue, didn't he? 8th down to 11th. I think. And 20th to 9th. It was cracked, that's for sure. The DGR speed in 2017 was cracked. Was Zach Bates better in qualifying there? Because, Scotty was fast and Fabian was qualifying up there. Not quite that often as you might hope, but he was still really good. Scott McLaughlin. Have a look at that real quick. 2017. So, yeah, obviously, poles everywhere for Scotty. Bates is a horrible point-to-point racer, my god. Um, Fabian wasn't a Scotty, but he was close most of the time. Some of the time, it looks like they were a lot. Sheer amount of times his rear number is against his tires. Rear number. You might have to rephrase that. Oh, his rear guard, you mean? The rear guards against the tires. Yeah. Yeah, he's not great at racing against other people. The rear bumper, okay, yeah. Yeah, not great. "2020 was terrible for Fabian." I wonder how close it was there. Anyway. That's LeBrock. Juice. And apparently did they say on the broadcast there's another Juice? There's a Juice who does burnouts. Ninth. Stayed ninth. Very good. Jaden Ojeda is doing a great job. I really want to see Cooper Murray getting an opportunity in a team like Premier or something. 17th to 11th. And I believe that one was also out qualifying Declan Fraser as well. Deco looked like he was going to get in the 10, but he didn't. Oh, I think he qualified in the 10, but then didn't race in the 10. Where did he end up? Not that one here. Where was he? No, I qualified 11th. He almost got in. All right. Mostert. 4th down to 5th. We must be getting really close to 2 minutes. All right. I was just thinking my housemate might want to have the racing on, but I don't know if he's just not doing it because I'm streaming. 7th down to 8th. Cheers. No, that's freaking Woody. Let's not be making mistakes. Alright, so cheers. 9th up to 7th. Alright. Heingartner. BJ are not having a good time at the moment. Not this weekend anyway. 22nd up to 15th. They called it a charge. Lindblad was doing burnouts in the Mustang and hit a car or swiped it. I think I saw a clip this morning. Is that who was doing the burnouts in the Mustang? I heard it was Wingcup. But I mean, Lindblad, it makes sense, I suppose. No, Wingcup's at Goodwood, right? Yes, it must be Lindblad. Okay, rightio. He did actually hit it. Is that the one where it was a red car and it stops just next to him? Wink had more control of the supercar. Yeah. Uh, yeah, Wink knows how to do a burnout. Supercar is a Goodwood. Oh, okay. So it was a Goodwood. Where am I looking? Heimgartner. 22nd up to 16th. Cameron Hill had a shocker. TBH Wing Cup sucks at burnouts. Yeah, maybe just not his style or something. Or he doesn't have the flamboyance. Whatever it is. Like some of the guys, they're a bit more hillbilly. 17th down to 19th for Cameron Hill. 125 wins and you can't perfect it. Yeah. It's okay if you don't get it right the first 50 times, but the second 50 times is on you. Oh, here we go. Tasmania 08 absolute stinker. That's the one where he put it in the ditch, right? Had he locked up the championship or he just won a race? I think we talked about this before. Oh man. Are they actually doing their laps? Yeah, I don't think they are. They're just on their warm-ups. He just won the round. Okay. It was probably a close championship too. Frosty was in the fight as well. Yeah, they're all doing their warm-up laps. So prediction for Pole. Do you reckon Brody can get 3? Or do you reckon maybe Matt Payne? Or Waters? Maybe even Anton. So I don't know. Take Brody. Yeah. All right. I'll take Payne. I don't think Waters has quite got it. I can see him doing it, but I feel like Payne's a lot closer. Two best drivers in the field right now, Brody and Matt Payne front row. Yeah, I think that could happen for sure. Feeney's on a good one there. Strong mid-sect. Really, really good against Kai Allen as well. This is first. How much time have they got in the session? Oh, it doesn't show. Whoops. Live timing. Oh, here we go. Okay. Reynolds to the top. Kostecki to the top, 14 flat. That's more like it. What was the pole time? What sort of times were we looking for? 13s. There was 12.8 on Friday. And a 13 flat. All right, so we'd be looking at 13 flats. Who's taking that Team 18 drive off of Reynolds? I want Cooper Murray. I want Muzz. Or Juice, but I think Juice is locked up at Premier now, so legit no one putting their hand up. Yeah, but I mean the problem is like Cooper Murray can't do it because he's not able to get a good result because the team's struggling with the car. Heimgartner's done a good one. No one's doing a 13 flat. What are the conditions? Is it maybe not quite right? Definitely need to be doing 13s. Like maybe they're all out and used. We've got how much time left in the session? 5. Oh, it doesn't even say how long it's supposed to be. That's so annoying. I want to see if I can get my shotgun going and watch Jimmy Golding or something. I'll watch Matt Payne. It'll give maybe a better idea of the conditions. Race HQ. 13.7's not good. So they go out on greens, I think. He's in the lane. Said his car feels shit. Who said that? Oh, a lot of people are in the pits now. Payne. Oh no. App just crashed. He's last. Oh no. That's not what you want. Just drive faster, idiot. 13.7 should get you through. At this point, yeah, I don't know how much time is left. It's not really saying. Maybe I'll check the combined again. Pain. Feed is not available when cars are in the pits or stopped. Alright. So I gotta wait. Homegardeners first to top 13.7. Probably won't keep him at the top for long. Yeah. Matt Payne heads in for tyres. Well, maybe. Okay, 6 minutes left. Maybe we need. Just needs those fresh greens on. Maybe he was on bad tyres, but if he feels like the car feels like shit, then maybe it's not to do with the used tyres. He probably can tell whether it's used tyres or not. I do like what who was it? It was his engineer Jack Bell saying, oh, what the hell did he say yesterday? He said something funny. And I think Matt Payne said something funny as well. Because Jack Bell was like, oh, I saw that. And Matt Payne's like, so? Oh, Macca Jones done a 26.7. Session best. Oh, here we go. I saw that slide when he was going like 11 seconds up the road. Yeah. Exactly. Here we go. Matt Payne shotgun. Come on. There we go. It's loading. Homegarden and Jones. Payne has only done a personal best. Actually, hasn't even done a personal best. Oh, yeah. What am I doing? Like, I watched on 7. I didn't even think of that. 7 plus. I didn't even think of that. Because my housemate's got KO. Gotta hide the screen now. Yeah, fair enough. Oh, it's not even live yet. That's why. Live in 25 minutes. Alright. Well, I'll just keep doing this then. How are we looking? Heimgartner still at the top. This is not making any sense. New tires ever go out with under 3 minutes remaining to set times? Well, that's stupid. Yeah, well, it's always the way on the 7 broadcast. I've got my shotgun going. They're gonna. Uh, Shotgun was tripping out yesterday. No, he doesn't have. He's got split screen, but not multiple screens, so I can't do it. We're not that rich here. Oh, feeding to the top, Alan up. 13 flat, that's more like it. Payne's 8th. Not good, though. It's 13-7. He's starting another lap up, and there goes. There goes a shotgun dying on me. You only get 30 seconds. Kostecki 13-2. That's about better. Here we go. I reckon the next lap. Ooh, 12-9 for Woody. There we go. That's more like it. So 12-8 on Friday. Friday poll. That was really good. Oh, that crashed. Freaking shotgun app. Supercars app crashing every time I try to use shotgun. It's not working this weekend very well. But that's good for Woody. That's that session done, or is it 12 minutes has finished the lapsing? No? Guess that is done. Or everyone's probably finishing their laps. Looks like, yep, that's it. Pedics are closed. Payne saved himself. He did. What is it? What's this format? Is it brown on the bubble? Oh yeah. My God, why is he down there? Why is he 19th? He's out. GG's. Yep. Well, that's no good. Golding is out as well. Oh boy. Rylan Gray's out. Ruben Goodall, Jackson Walls, Declan Fraser, Aaron Seaton. None of those are too surprising. 4/10 on his head is wild. Oh, Waters has gone in with a 13-1. Didn't see that one. So Anton's in there. Is this straight at the shootout? What's the format? We can see here. Will Brown perception looks terrible, man. What on the shotgun? Is that what you're talking about? He plays too much. What do you mean? Then he's meat on the track. Yeah. Looks like he's just mucking around. He's playing handball this morning. Okay. Like lock in, bro. Maybe handball is good for something. Isn't that like one of those things that they do to get their brain all wired up, ready to go? That's supposed to be. He was playing with Randall. Yeah, well, but maybe it's one of those things that they're supposed to be doing to get their eye hand coordination up, to get their um, get the blood pumping, get them active, be ready to jump in the race car and drive it as fast as they can. Clearly didn't work. Yeah, well there you go. Worked for Randall, but not for Brownie. Yeah, he's missing a lot of time there. He's missing what, 4 tenths. Should be a lot closer. Yeah, the Triple Eight struggling. Feeney's definitely back in there though. There might not be time for a coffee before the next session, so park that one. We're also almost back on to set those to progress to top 10 shootout. And yeah, there's a shootout. Yeah. Yesterday there was qualifying and then there was like immediately the shootout. That was pretty crazy. Wow. Some big names miss out. Well, the only big name that's there is Will Brown. That's the only big name. Maybe Golding, but it's not too surprising to see him down there. It's quite a bit down. 13.5 for Aaron Cameron, 13.7 for Golding. That's not too far off, really. What else? Brock's in there. Heimgartner did improve upon his 13.7 that he did a 13.4. And Chaz is in there. Randall's definitely got some pace, but I think Waters definitely improved a bit there. Randall seemed to be faster yesterday, and then they swapped him because Waters had fresher tyres, so they sent him after Brody. I don't know. It feels like it's time for a coffee. Hurry up. I'm sitting here being tired. Oh. Cooper Murray 15th, Dave Reynolds 16th, Job Stewart 17th. That's pretty good. It's definitely getting better. It's Cameron Hill's results. Oh, we already got that one. So the next one is, and he had damage, really bad damage, 23rd and 25th. Damaged bonnet early on. Golding. Oh. We're looking, here. 5th, and then 5th down to 12th. That's not good. And the next one was what? And 8th down to 22nd. Woody. Punctured tire from teammate hitting rear guard. Wood. Oh, there we go. They haven't gone out yet, but and then it'll just rolling out now. So third down to eighth. Woody is definitely fast. All right. Yeah, maybe Woody will get a pole, but maybe I don't know if they're allowed to tune it up for Matt Payne. So what a screw. Ugh. Matt Payne. I'll probably be able to watch the shootout. I think they usually show that one. 13 minutes. But sometimes they sort of cut the shootout up. Mm. Get out of that. So I think it just doesn't like being in full screen mode for some reason. It just breaks. It'll turn the noise on and then it'll just start having issues. Very bright and sunny at Townsville, looks like. And to the top, 14-2. Needs to be a 13 though. 13-7 for Allen. Oh boy. It doesn't even look like he's having any issues or anything. I think he's just genuinely slow or something. Or maybe they chucked on used tyres to start with. Feeney 13-5. Don't know if Payne's having another go or not. Oh. Shotgun tripping out of me. LeBrock to the top 13-3. My goodness. What was it the Wood did before? 12-9, I think. So there's definitely a chance for a result like that. Ojeda 13-4. Zach Bates 13-4. So probably going to come in, put some tyres on, have another go. Payne's already in the pits apparently. Just not on the shotgun. Oh no, he's coming in now according to the shotgun. It's weird. And then yeah, not allowed to have no shotgun when we're in the pits. So it's annoying. LeBrock and Ojeda to the top. Yeah, we saw that one. But they need to be doing the 12-9 roughly because that's what Woody did. Waters up to 4th. Radio. They're not green tyre runs though. Come on, Payne. I wonder if it will just have it ready to go when the time comes. Like when the feed is available, it might show it. So as soon as it comes out of the pits, it might be available. Yep, everyone's coming in for those fresh sets of greens. Interesting that they've got the dark blue for Jackson Walls and the dark blue for Ruben Goodall, and all the other ones are a lighter blue. I don't know why it's like that this year. It's just weird. Like Walls isn't driving a different Mustang to any other Mustang driver. Ojeda stays out and knocks some time off his lap, staying second with a 13.4. Oh, interesting. Well, now he's back in. Is he going to have any time left, though? Oh. Got some, oops. Looks like Payne's about to come out. I think that's throttle we're seeing there. Or is that brake? He's pumping something that's red on the side. I don't know what it is. Just, yeah, it's just weird. I don't know. I don't know if you saw anything, but I tried. He's just, I think it's the brake. I think he's just pumping the brake. Making sure it's all ready to go. Need that brake to be good. Oh yeah, lots of revs. He's on his way out. Here we go. We have shotgun, but he's still in the pits. I think shotgun just needs to wake itself up. It's so weird why it's just inconsistent there. 7 minutes till 7 starts streaming. Oh, come on. Yeah, he's out warming up his tyres, getting ready for that next run. And I think it's all a lot of those Chev drivers are gonna drop down. I'd be surprised if all of them stay where they are or are that competitive. I think everyone's gone out and used. Maybe some of them have had fresher tyres than others. Yeah, so Matty Payne just warming up those tyres, weaving around, hitting the brakes. Yeah, the red is the brake, and the green is the throttle, and the blue is his speed, overall speed. And the feed's disappeared, and now it's back. Yay! It's going through 10, 11. Now he's heading towards the hairpin. We need to come out of this last corner. Come on, go. No? He's really, yeah, he needs a bit of speed into the, oh, here we go. And he's gone. The brakes and a nice smooth exit. He might have lost a little bit of time on that exit. I don't know though. He should be able to do it. Just coming along. Up to 235 kilometers an hour. Hard on the brakes through the corner. And the shotgun sneezes. Oh, Jesus Christ. Waters is fastest in the mid sector. Payne hasn't done his mid sector yet. But he's slower. So he's not as fast as Waters. Yeah, I bet on the wrong guy, I did. 12-8 for Kostecki. There we go. That's a number. 12-8 for Waters. 12-8-4 compared to 12-8-7 for Kostecki. 13 flat for Randall. That's not very good. You'd want better than that. Payne. Oh, what in the world? What happened there? Payne, why are you so slow? 14-2? No, that's not right. 12-8. 12-8-4-4 for Payne. There we go. That's what you want. He seems to be continuing on with getting another lap done. Chaz is up there with a 12-9. Feeney 13 flat. Immediately pupped by Payne, apparently. Waters to the top, and he's been pupped. That's good. Yeah, Payne's doing. He's on a fast one. Ojeda with the fastest purple, and it's fastest in the first sector there. Not anymore. It's 21-9. Might be going slower. Oh. Payne coming through the second to last corner. Doesn't quite have the... No, he might have backed off. He's a couple of seconds off. Yeah, he's in now. In the pits. Allen is on the bubble. Yeah. Yeah, Reynolds is very close to him too. He's 300ths from Kai Allen, so he's very close. And that appears to be the end of the session. Pit extra closed. Anyone else on a lap? Don't think so. No. Nobody seems to be on a lap. It seems to be done. Now we're up to shootout, apparently. Now, can I... It's 2 minutes till 7, so that's... God damn it. Sitting there waiting for ages. Uh, uh, Alright, well, I'll get back to what I was doing. Woody, right? Woody's second race. He had an issue with his car, I'm pretty sure. No, he had steering damage. 22nd spot, so 22 spots. Fourth, dropped to 26. Alright. Third and fourth, they're only faster than Chaz there. Macca Jones. How did Macca Jones go in there to... So who's actually gone through and qualifying there? Payne, Waters, Kostecki, Mostert, Feeney, Randall, Wood, Ojeda, Heimgartner, and Allen. Deepest quality in 13th. Macca Jones 18th. Yep. Most of those are just not surprising, really, apart from maybe Anton not getting in there. But, you know, there's a lot of fast guys who deserve to be in there, really. Alright, so Macca Jones. 21st. Down 24th. And then 21st up to 19th. Wasn't Macca spun at some stage? Someone spun Macca, I think. Reynolds. 16th stayed 16th. And I can watch it live. Right, so I will stop sharing and start watching. And this says it's the morning show. Oh no, that looks like racing. Probably because it hasn't quite ticked over yet. Let's just rolling the intros now. Wonder if I'm going to get pinged for having audio there. I might want to have put a headset in or something. Might do that. Might put my headset on. Bonk. There we go. And the soothing tones of Matt White. Ugh. People bang on about him, but I like him. Maybe I'm just nostalgic for Matt White's voice or something. Big trophy there. What's that for? Townsville trophy? Oh, that's the Rugby World Cup. Rugby Cup. Illawarra Dragons. Rightio, I know literally nothing about NRL. Apart from some teams. I don't care. Tell me about the racing. Set the top 10 in 10 minutes. Now you can get a coffee. And while they're talking about NRL, maybe I will make a coffee or something. I don't know. Problem is, water's probably stone cold, so. Maybe I'll just do what I was doing for a little bit until they start saying something interesting. 16th, 10th. Gray. Gray had a pretty good one yesterday. Qualified 7th. Down to 17th. the 17th. It's 26th or 21st. '11th. Oh, that's the qualifying for Saturday. I need Friday. 11th. Hang on, that changes grey. Here we go. A very big win for Matt Payne. It's definitely stitching together a very solid campaign. Hopefully he gets the championship. I think he deserves it. Just one of those guys that lets all the talking happen on the track. Yeah, it was on a charge through the field, Anton was. It was really good. Really long first stint and then just had tyre advantage through the rest of the race. Apart from when they pitted at the same time and then he didn't have the pace. Everybody pits way too late. That'll be funny. Everyone's going to react to that. Slow stop there. Brody apparently said, why don't they put Why don't they get another fuel, put more fuel in? But they weren't prepared for it. Probably should have had two fuel containers. But it's not, there's no point in trying to get the championship lead these days. You just need to be in the finals. And then when you're in the finals, then you need to win. You need to beat everyone. Like, you need to be in the fight. And as long as you're in the top 10 after Bathurst, then you're fine. You're in the fight. Then you need to be in the top 7, and then top 4, whatever it is. So, yeah, exactly. Yeah, Chaz needs to be getting those results if he wants to back up his championship, which be a bit surprising if he manages to do that. They're just showing all the Mustangs basically and the occasional Toyota. Here we go, Kai Allen ready to go out. That's Richard Crale's voice. I wish it was bright baking sunshine. It's freezing. And I've got my door closed, so I'm not getting any warm air in here. Because I don't want to bother people with my noise mainly. I don't want people's noises interrupting me. So Kai Allen from South Australia, Mount Gambier. Apparently, he typically gains a little bit in the shootout. Yeah. Exactly crazy. Can be done. Here we go. Put the thunder down. Very nice. Looks like he had to have another go at the steering wheel there, or 'A little bit of sharp turning going on there. Either that or it was hitting a bump. Yeah. Probably as he's putting the power down the car, the rear end wants to step out a little bit. 12.8. Very good. Very good. Mm. Mm. One shootout that Heimgartner's been in. Hmm. And he lost spots apparently. Was he second when he won at Tassie? I thought that was another win from Pole. The engine sounds good. I don't know if it sounds too different to the Mustang. It just sounds like a V8. Sounds like a supercar. Might be on used tyres. Or 13-4. Well, good job. Yeah. So. Go, Andre. Juice. OJ. I don't know what you're saying about finals. I disagree. Oh. I'm just saying you don't need to be leading the championship. You need to be top 3 to 4 to have a chance. You need to be top 10 to be in at Bathurst. So you can drag ass like Chaz did last year. You need to be top 2. And then you can have an engine failure on the Sunday and drop down the order. So you can... Chaz won because of mechanics, but we know that. We know that. Not like he won because he was faster than Brock. No. He was very fast in the finals. And at times faster than Brock. If Brock finished the race at the start, he wins. Leading matters. Is Juice on used tyres? I think he is. The fastest drivers usually finish top of the championship. Yeah. Chaz just an anomaly on good luck. Yeah. 13-5. Yes, it must have been on used tyres. Top 2-3 will win the championship. Yeah, hopefully that'll be good to see. You do want to be you want the best driver to win. You don't want it to be because something happened to him in the final race. Because the points gap is bad. Yeah, I don't like that they've extended the gaps between finishing positions. It was just unnecessary. It was already big enough, then they made it bigger. It's just stupid. Well, there's some ads on Channel 7 for me. Yeah, they made the gap bigger. It was unnecessary. Alright, Deca. So yeah, 11th down to 21st. I'm not sure what happened to Deca in the first one, but he definitely dropped a lot further down the order than he should have been. And Cameron. 12th and the 20th. In a perfect world, the drivers would be the best guy wins, but things can happen in the last race, especially with the pressure they put on in finals and the stupid stuff that happened with with Woody and Feeney. It just made it very controversial. It wasn't too bad before. It was like, all right, they're racing for the biggest trophy, so they want to race hard, Chaz and Brock. It should have been Feeney versus Wood. Yeah, I've heard you say that. I'm just not sure. I'm convinced because Wood wasn't that close. I don't think, even with the mechanical issues that he had. I don't think he would have been that close in the championship because he had several races where he wasn't doing well with tyre wear, and sometimes he just wasn't fast enough. So he wasn't going to be able to get the points. He wasn't going to be top three. So he would have been like where Brody was just about. Whereas like sometimes he's there, sometimes he's not there. But with Brody, it was definitely. With Chaz, it was up and down. I think. And Cameron, where was he? He ended up in 15th. What's that? 6th down to 15th. Is it back on yet? No, it's about to come back on. Let's go, Woody. He did top qualifying. Murph doesn't like pointing the camera at him. Catching him on a bad hair day or something. Let's go, Woody. Yeah, from the move that Alan put on him, and he defended like it was the last race of the championship. Very good. Very close. But he got him. Yes, very good. That's what you want. What did he say? Yeah. I think maybe Garth might have said something about that incident between Wood and Alan, and Woody probably didn't like it very much. It's Chris Stokey. There we go, Randall. Don't know if I'd set my hopes too high, but on his day, he can do a really good job. Yeah, he did do a very good lap yesterday in the shootout. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like it really doesn't want to stay controlled. Yeah, the rear definitely stepping out. Well, definitely be third unless he stuffs it. Yep. Third. I wonder if Waters will do much better than Randall. Hmm. Cam Waters' baby. There's Brock. Bit of brake bias there. Here we go, Brock. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, we're not really expecting him to be up there that though, but it'd be good to see. Hmm. It's a very nice lap. Oh, third. Lost a bit. Oh, slipping, slipping, slipping. Oh. Chaz Brody, Cam Waters, and Matt Payne up next. Alright. I don't think Australians do need to know what's going on, thanks, Channel 7. I think we know too much. Everyone knows everything. Cooper Murray, 13th. Stayed 13th. And then 13th, up from 15th. Randall. Fifth. Down to 6th on the Friday. Oops. And then 3rd down to 5th on the Saturday. And Zach Bates. '21st. Down to 23rd. And what was his next one? 14th, 13 down to 14th. Are we almost back yet? Not yet. There's a McDelivery ad. Job Stewart. Townsville. 18th. Down 22nd for Job. And 24th up to 20th. We back yet? Not yet. Right, so for Job's Jackson Walls, which is not really going to be that exciting because Jackson Walls is not exciting to watch. 23rd up to 18th, which is a good drive. Unless you're in a 888 car, which, oops, he is. But I think yesterday he apparently, there we go, Chaz back on. Yesterday he had a cool suit failure, Jackson Walls. So, oh yeah, number 200 on the Mostert car, Mostert Mobile. Because they wanted to surprise him. Oh, why didn't they just do it anyway while he was there? And do like a video, bit of social media or something, put it on the broadcast. No, why put pressure on the team like that? I do like having the 200 on the side. It's cool. Interesting helmet he's got now. Has he got a special helmet for this one? He used to get new helmets all the time. Like around 2017, just new helmets all the time. looking fast. Maybe it's just a fast looking angle. It's also been pretty good in Woody's hands. 2 tenths down though. Yeah, if he's got greens, he really needs to be pushing. Yeah. And he's making some time back. He really needs to be able to make it back in this last sector. Oh, third. Very, very close. 600ths, less than 600ths. My goodness. Mm. Mm. Now it's Brody's turn. Here we go. Let's go, Brode. Oh, it is 400th there. 200th between Allen and Mostert. Here you go, Brody. Looking nice. Oh. Yeah, he's looking good there. Oh, 700ths off. Come on, Brody. Yes. To the top. Yeah. 700ths up on Woody. Yeah, Waters and Payne. Cam Waters, here we go. Yeah. Let's go, Cam. Very, very close. He's up. He's just gonna hold it. Come on, Cam. To the top. Wow. What a time to beat. Exactly, bootleg. Bloody hell. Payne's got it all to do. This guy was finished 3 rounds ago. Yeah. He's a demon again. He's... Yep. Get some more trophies. Let's go. Here we go, Matt Payne. Jack Bell feeling it. He's a bit down, but he's still second. Interesting. They used to show like this is where he's going to end up, but now they don't. There we go. He's up on Cam. Bloody hell. He's got him, you reckon? Oh, bloody hell. He lost 2/10 in the last sector. Brutal. A lot of wheel spin in the final corner, says Garth. My goodness. Good stuff. But he'll be looking in his rearview mirror at Matt Payne, knowing he's got speed. Connie is so bad at commentary. He can't focus when they're talking to him. Hmm. When they're giving him info. Yeah, he probably already has his question. You see him struggling to listen to his earpiece. Like pauses during his sentences. Well, it can't be easy, but yeah, obviously just struggling with it. Other people are more experienced at it. Obviously, JC's a bit less experienced at it. Maybe Frosty sort of tunes out a lot of stuff and just does what he needs to do. And that'd be the difference. Mm. Hmm. Yeah. Needs to get those shootouts right, Matt Payne. Brody be fired up. Yeah, well, didn't happen yesterday. The seven just skipped quali. They started broadcasting before, like as soon as the shootout. They didn't do quali. Which the broadcast even before seven, Channel 10, they used to start for the shootout and not show quali. I love he calls up the worm, like, eh? I'm gonna head out and enjoy your stream. Yeah, thanks for coming, dude. I'll catch you next time. The tiniest amount of the throttle he's grabbed. Very progressive there. A lot less stabby with than Brody. His little stabber throttle. Mm. Mm. Very good. All right, so I'll wrap up the stream. Thanks everyone who joined, and yeah, this one went a lot longer than I thought it was going to because I realized the qualifying's about to happen, so I might as well watch qualifying. And yeah, time for another warm drink and probably turn the heater off because the house is probably warm, but I am not. So, and also lunchtime is 12:25. So, see you guys next time. Goodbye.